gamers. Welcome to my never-ending nightmare. Can y'all hear me okay? Ooh, I know what there's a can I do this? Yeah. Am I audible? Alright, hello Super Dark, hello Gamer Peach, hello everyone else, welcome back to my never-ending nightmare of being in Sweden, and sorry for I'm a tad quieter than usual. Yeah, well, the thing is that I'm not using my normal streaming software. I'm using OBS and not Streamlabs. I know Streamlabs is garbage, but I haven't been able to get OBS to work on Twitch yet, so for now, this is what we're gonna have to live with. So, welcome, welcome, gang. I'm going to pull up the stream on my phone real quick because that'll help me keep up with chat. Let's see. Here it is. It's playing an ad. Streamlabs is it? Well, technically it is, but oh hey Rocky, welcome. Well, I said you weren't gonna come today, but you're very welcome to the stream. But yeah, Streamlabs is OBS with bloatware, pretty much. But I'm trying to like switch to OBS. I just haven't been able to get it to work with Twitch yet. But I see it's working with YouTube, so there's that. Can't wait to return to Sweden from the holidays, except we also were in Sweden in the holidays. You were? Okay. So, the thing was that on Streamlabs, I was gonna like surprise y'all with a webcam, but now I have to like set that up later for a different stream. Please don't. Yeah, do not stalk me. I'm sure someone tried to dox me before, but if they have, I haven't heard. I've been using OBS for a long time, and everyone told me I needed Streamlabs. What the fuck? Like, what benefit does Streamlabs give you? Like, I guess it allows you to see chat in real time, but I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. But let's see if I can get the webcam to work with OBS, and then we can begin. So, as most of you know, yesterday I was on a day trip to help a friend of a friend move, and that was an adventure. We ended up going to like Outback Steakhouse, which was incredibly cursed. Like, it was like infinitely cursed. They gave like one of my friend's raw steak, like raw ass steak. Okay, I'm trying to get this dumbass fisheye webcam to work. Hello, it's me. But yeah, I mean, it was a fun experience. I would like do it again. I just want to go to Outback Steakhouse again. It's not good. It's not good at all. Okay, gonna do a bit of moving so you can see my pretty face. Ooh. Am I visible all right? Are you well done? Well, I'm not a steak person at all. I'm a vegetarian. I ended up getting like 2 side dishes. We only went to Outback Steakhouse for the meme based on this fanfiction. Alright, I'm very visible. So, last we left off, we were, Kapu and Sophia got married and they were going to announce the engagement. By the way, welcome to the first Flowers Fanfiction Theater of the year. Sorry it took so long for me to get this right. Flowers by, so she's invisible. Okay, so I think we are on chapter 34. Open link in new tab. Will it load? Will you please load for me? That would be wonderful. There, it loaded. Okay, zoom in. Ah, there's just someone outside. I have my window open so y'all can see this gorgeous visage. and I'm gonna shrink my camera a little bit so y'all can see this. Alright. Chapter 34, June 15, 2015, Hag Palace. It was around 8 a.m. when Isaac's phone rang, which woke both he and Lucy up. He answered to hear Madeleine on the other line. Going to hospital. Ah! She screamed while Isaac pulled his phone away from his ear. Leonore was asleep in Estelle's room. Victoria offered to take Leonore to Hag, since Madeleine was so close to her due date. Close? She was practically having contractions at that wedding. I wouldn't have been surprised if she fucking gave birth. How many chapters is this thing? 42. 42 chapters. So we have about, 9 chapters left, which is good. We'll probably go up to, chapter 38 today, because I'm only doing Fanfiction Theater once a week, but the streams are going to be longer. So you can see more of this beautiful face. Aha! It's the hormones he tells you, the pregnancy hormones! Oh, this... Are you kidding me? After you tell me that Victoria decided to babysit Leonore, we're gonna have a flashback to when Victoria offered to babysit Leonore? That's... What? After the wedding, she told Madeleine, Mad, let me take Leonore. You are so close to giving birth, and you have been having minor contractions. As I said, she was practically having contractions at the time. This way, you do not have to worry when you have to rush to the hospital. Estelle will love the sleepover. That's actually a good idea. Thank you, Vic. I don't think it's going to be long before he's born. Isaac hung up the phone and started to tell Lucy, but she interrupted. Trust me, I heard. Mad is in labor. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Welp. I'm glad that we're increasing our misery levels today. They both fell back asleep until they were woken up by 2 little girls sitting on them. Up! Up! Leonore said as she smacked Isaac's face. Baka! Meanwhile, Estelle was pulling Lucy's arms to get her up. Both Isaac and Lucy relented and got up to go downstairs. Instead of, relenting. The words just leap off the page! When I was on that little trip yesterday, we went to Outback because I told my friend Jada and her friend Triss about this fan fiction, and the thing they found the most depressing about it was that the author was in her mid-20s when she wrote this. She's old enough to rent a car without any problems. This sounds like something a teenager would write. And if it was a teenager, I would probably be a lot less harsh about this, but no. Gobsmack professional graduate from University of Tennessee, Krystal Smith, who thinks Outback Steakhouse is classy. Well, my mom said that Outback is the Denny's of steakhouses last night when I told her about our dinner. Oh, hey, Marlene. Welcome. Welcome to me reading Cursed Sweden Monarchy fanfiction. She was about my age when she started writing it, lol. Yeah. Maybe a little older, though. Daniel, the himbo, was cooking breakfast, and he turned to see both Isaac and Lucy sauntering in the kitchen looking like zombies, all while being drugged by a 3- and 1-year-old. Estelle, I told you to let them sleep, Victoria said as she came out of the pantry. But Mama, they have to eat breakfast, Estelle said. Yeah, bet fast. Leonor said. Victoria picked Leonor up and put her in the high chair. They enjoy breakfast and relax around the house before lunch, instead of actually showing this, because that would be character development, and that's illegal in a Krystal Smith book. You could probably get a better steak at Denny's than at the Outback. Well, here's the thing about Outback. This is what fucking happened. So, this was Triss's first experience in getting a steak, as far as I know. And Gina insisted that they order the same steak, and they both ordered it rare. One of them, Jada, got like a medium rare steak, typical. And Triss's steak was just seared. It was just fucking seared. It was red inside. And we called a manager over, told her hey, this is the same steak, we got it at the same temperature, why are they different colors? And at first, I guess the server assumed that the fat part was the steak bit we were talking about. And by the way, Outback Steakhouse steaks have, which is, as far as I know, something you really have to trim before you serve a good quality steak. So they take it back so they could cook it into a rare, but then they just went out and decided to make a medium well. And they did not cop us for the steak. The feeling when a vegetarian was better at steaks than people who work at a steakhouse. But yeah, it was very disgusting. And I ended up just getting 2 side dishes. I got asparagus and mac and cheese. They were okay. Not the best asparagus and mac and cheese I've ever had. We're never going there again. Krystal Smith, why do you like Outback Steakhouse so much? It is fucking cursed! You'll see why I wanted to get the webcam now. I would never trust a restaurant to cook asparagus. Well, I'm kind of forgiving with asparagus. I like asparagus. Anyway, Victoria picked they enjoyed breakfast. Lucy and Victoria cooked. Because they're women, apparently. Well, Daniel and Isak were outside playing basketball because they're men. It was just after 2 when Victoria's phone rang. She answered to hear Chris on the other line. Nicholas was bored at 1:45. He's perfect. Madeleine did amazing. I will bring Leonor over tomorrow before we leave the hospital. If you don't care to watch her one more night. Sorry, what? What? Asparaguses can be used to impale objects? I did not know that. Of course, that is fine. I'm glad they are both healthy. Get some rest. I'll let the others know here, Victoria responded. Victoria told Lucy, and they went upstairs to tell Leonor about her baby brother. At just 1, she did not quite understand, but Estelle was ecstatic to have another cousin, because apparently a 3-year-old understands it. I don't know. I was 6 when my brother was born, so I don't know, how old you have to be to really understand what it's like to have a new person in your household. They went back downstairs just as Daniel, the himbo, and Isak walked in. Well, we have a healthy nephew. That's great, Daniel said. Fantastic, Isak responded. When can we see him? Should we take Leonor? Chris is going to get Leonor tomorrow to take over before they leave the hospital. We could go see him at the Royal Mews. Mew mew, ew ew, neko ga suki desu. I'm so sorry. So there's not too many people in and out of the hospital, Victoria told her brother, Isak. Good thinking. Lenny? Who the fuck's Lenny? Lenny Leonard from The Simpsons? Lenny? Is that your new nickname for Madeleine? Who the fuck is Lenny? The next day, they all traveled to the Royal Mews. Meow. Estelle runs in to find Leonore and see her busy cousin. Victoria follows and gets to hold her nephew first. Isak complains, to which Victoria responds, I'm older, get over it. Lucy chatted with Madeleine, who looked completely exhausted. How are you feeling? Sore and tired, Madeleine said honestly. I can imagine you'll be uncomfortable for quite a bit, Lucy said. Oh, yes, it takes some time to heal after giving birth. You'll see. Plus, there are months of sleepless nights ahead, especially if he is like his sister. Krystal's assumption as to how domestic life functions in a royal household never failed to be hilarious. That is true. Actually, I think I might have found like an old article, like from at least a decade ago. My God, probably, definitely more than a decade ago, where like Victoria confesses, like, "Oh yeah, I can't really cook. I can't do it. I suck." But uh, Krystal Smith is so fucking delusional. Oh my God. Don't they have enslaved cooks and nannies to do all their jobs for them? They do have nannies. That I know. As to how often they use the nannies, that I don't know. And I'm too lazy to look it up right now, so let's just keep going. My mom always said children have opposite personalities, so Nicholas may be a bit easier. Opposites attract, just like me and my brother. This is true. Speaking of your mom, how is she doing? For those who don't know, the mother has ALS. It got really dark a couple weeks back. She has good days and bad days. There's no improvements. They don't come with this disease. I see her body getting weaker. Some days she has more energy than others. Some days she is better able to eat than others. It really all just depends. I am so sorry. I really am. How are you holding up? Thank you. I'm as well as anyone could expect. It's hard, really hard. I don't know how to describe it. It's nice being here to be at the wedding and now seeing little Nicholas. I know it, 'cause I know it can't cause you to forget, but I hope it gives a bit of happiness for right now. Know that we are all praying for all of you. Jesus is canon in this universe. Thank you, Lucy says as she hugs Madeleine. So, Isak, when are you going to make Papa send the press release for your engagement? Madeleine asks. Letty? Okay, that is Madeleine's new nickname, apparently, that has just been introduced this chapter! The ALS subplot is the absolute worst. I mean, as you said in a previous stream, Super Dark, like, it's clear Krystal Smith is writing from a place of personal pain and tragedy, but it's written in the same manner as all this other stupid bullshit, so it's really hard for me to, like, feel that much about it. Like, I'm very like, oh no, I'm sorry to hear that, but like, I don't feel anything from it. Aside from like, standard condolences. Well, I didn't mean this week. I meant next. Victoria rolls her eyes. Anything to get the media attention off of you. I know what you're up to. Madeleine looks at us it. What? I just want to share the happy news. Chris interrupts. Yes, but you wanted it this very second to keep the media off of you. I mean, that's a valid pursuit. You go, Madeleine. Isak then says, yeah, sis, I know you hate the media. You aren't getting off this easy. For the love of God, just let her have her moment. Like, she's bastardized by the media, probably thanks to Sophia. Just let her have a day off. Let her fucking enjoy her time with her newborn child. For fuck's sake. Damn, I thought that plan would work, Madeleine says. It was a good try, Victoria responds. Just a couple of days later, Lucy returns back home to Tennessee. Bumfuck, Tennessee. It's full of bumfucks. Like, I was in fucking bumfuck Texas yesterday to help a friend of a friend move out. It's like in the middle of fucking nowhere. I am going to vent all my sadness and grief for my incredibly horrid and sad family tragedy into my fucking Swedish monarchy self-insert fanfic. Lucy returns back home to bumfuck Tennessee to be with her family. She and Isak had met with the king and press department. It was decided the announcement would come after Victoria Dagen on July 17. Just for reference, Victoria Dagen is on the 14th of July. July 17th is when the actual engagement was going to be announced. I know this because my ultimate dream is to go to fucking Victoria Dagen to troll the Bernadette. I don't want to give too many details because I don't want to be put on Sapo's watch list, but still. They would meet the media later that afternoon at Soledad. July 15, 2015, Soledad Palace. Isak, Lucy, her parents, and brother pull into the driveway. They had just flown in from the States. Oh, the parents are going to meet each other, I see. This is going to be interesting. Hopefully. Isak and Lucy would have a day to prepare before the world finally knew their happy news. It was decided they would meet the press in the living room of the palace. There would be the typical Swedish press, the Swedish press, but some American press would also be there. The local news from Tennessee, Good Morning America, and Fox News! When they're not, like, heaping praise on authoritarian members of the Republican death cult, they are apparently announcing some rando in Tennessee's marriage. Let's see how Krystal Smith writes the lower class. Well, she's from that fucking white trash hick land. Her favorite restaurant is fucking Outback Steakhouse. Like, damn. Good morning, the local news from Tennessee, apparently. Good morning, America, and Fox News! Lucy was nervous all day on the 16th. She was still nowhere close to being fluent in Swedish, and she was afraid people would take issue with that. Madeleine helped Lucy pick out an orange and white dress for the photos that were taken that day. It was a way to pay homage to the state Lucy loved so much. Yeah, well, Krystal Smith, you can see what my SEC bias is. She had a short-sleeved baby pink dress ready for the next afternoon. They decided on 4 photos to accompany the press release the next morning. 3 of the pictures were just of Lucy and Isak, but the 4th was of the couple with their parents. The next morning, the press release with the 4 photos were sent out. Engagement between Prince Isak and Miss Lucille Kingston. Can't be as bad as she writes everyone else. I mean, yeah, the writing is bad. She was in her fucking 20s when she wrote this. Like, god damn it. Decided, fuck. I'm mixing up my words today. The Marshal of the Realm is delighted to announce the engagement between Prince Isak and Miss Lucille, Lucy Kingston. After His Majesty consent to the marriage between Prince Isak and Miss Lucy Kingston, His Majesty requested the approval by the Swedish government in the Sweden doesn't have a constitution, dumbass! It's like, I know there's at least one Swedish person in the chat right now. Isn't it like laws? And that's like your de facto constitution, but it's not called the Constitution? Please Please tell me in the comments below. The absolute lack of research on our part is inspiring. Okay, let's actually find this out together as a family. God, you'd expect a journalist about Swedish monarchy to know about how Swedish monarchy works. Alright, we're just gonna read off of like Wikipedia because I'm too fucking lazy. Alright. Alright, it's not called the Constitution, it's the of government, the Act of Succession, the Freedom of the Press Act, and the Fundamental Law on Freedom of Expression. So, it's not a fucking constitution. It's just a series of documents that make up a constitution. And just to rub it in, I'm just gonna pull up the, law. Okay, I'm gonna have to, like, actually Google this. I say Google as I use Wikipedia. Yeah, sort of like the UK's constitution. They're just 4 fundamental laws. And I'm assuming the engagement would go under the succession or dingen. I totally butchered that pronunciation. I apologize. It's an uncodified constitution. Alright. So now that we've gotten that out of the way, let's keep reading. Lucy said yes when I proposed on her birthday last year. At the Beyblade Stadium! And everyone was there! We are so happy to be spending the rest of our lives together. I can't wait to introduce Lucy to the Swedish people, says Isak. The wedding date has not yet been decided, but it is planned to take place between the spring or summer of 2016. Problem is, all Swedish weddings are in the summer. Especially in June. Marshal of the Realm. Information about Miss Lucy Kingston.pdf. For anyone who wishes to send a greeting to Prince Isak or Miss Lucy Kingston can do so via Facebook, via email, or by mail to HRH Prince Isak and Miss Lucy Kingston, Royal Palace, Stockholm. She didn't even bother to look up how you mail to the She didn't even bother to look up how you write mail to the Swedish royals. Oh my fucking god, what the fuck? When I was getting to 2016, I sure do hope there's not going to be a Trump subplot. I hope there is not going to be a Trump subplot. But let's find out! Sending gifts, please consider donating to the World Childhood Foundation or the ALS Association. Cool. That's the end of the chapter. I'm gonna go refill my water and then we'll read chapter 35. BRB. Oh, there we go. I forgot to turn my mic back on. You ready? Isak asks Lucy before they walk into the room with the waiting press. She takes a deep breath, squeezes his arm, and says, "Ready as I'll ever be." Lucy had been stressing over this day for a while. She watched every engagement interview she could find of royals to see how the non-royal reacted. She paid close attention to Sophia, Crown Princess Mary, Terrible Idea, Princess Marie, and the Duchess of Cambridge. Daniel gave her some encouragement that morning while in the kitchen for breakfast. She was refusing to eat, but Daniel, brought to you by the Department of Redundancy Department, stepped in to call her. Ike. Should I just give him like a rural hick accent? Because he's from like that. He's from like a fucking isolated small town north of Stockholm. Ugh. Ugh. Am I audible now, gang? Eh. Okay, I'm audible. Okay, good. I cannot do. I'll just give him a fucking bumfuck accent. Fuck it. Lucy, you're going to be fine. Just be yourself. No, that does not sound like him. I've been there, and look, I'm still alive, he said as he nudged her arm. Madeleine, never a fan of the press, was for once of no help. I say you just elope and get it over with. I'm with you, Madeleine. Weddings are boring. Just elope is rewarding. You'll both thank me later. I tried to convince Chris, but no, he didn't want to make Mama and Papa mad. Seriously, Lenny, Victoria said. What? I'm just being honest. But in all seriousness, Lucy, it will be fine. The door swing open. Isak and Lucy walk into the room with a flurry of flashing lights. They stand there to allow the photographers to get pictures, and Lucy shows off her rig. You know, the one with the Tennessee colors. A few minutes later, they take a seat on the couch to answer press questions. The first question came from Expressin. Your Royal Highness and Lucy, first of all, congratulations. Secondly, I want to ask when and how did the proposal happen? Man, shut the fuck up. Isak answered first to let Lucy take it all in. Well, I flew in for a birthday party in Tennessee. Her family was holding the party at Beyblade Stadium, which is the American football stadium of the Tennessee Volunteers. Again, my bias is obvious. As little as there is. It is where Lucy has always dreamed to be proposed to at on the 50-yard line. Okay. I know I said in like the chapter where they get engaged that it was probably Krystal Smith's dream proposal to be proposed to at Beyblade Stadium. But this is just making it more overt. Like, fuck. Fuck. Krystal Smith, what the fuck is wrong with you? She didn't know I was there, so it was a surprise. Remember that surprise engagements are incredibly toxic. Then I took her down in the field and proposed with our family standing around. Because again, Krystal Smith has projected herself. The reporter then turned to Lucy. Obviously, you said yes. Did you think he was going to propose when you saw him? Oh, I definitely did not at that moment. We had discussed our future before. If only we were there to see that! But I definitely did not expect it that day. It was a wonderful surprise! And what have you learned about Sweden? Isak and the whole family has told me about this wonderful country. How open, warm, and friendly everyone is. Hey, Swedish viewers! Give me your opinions about your country! Please! It's a country where people are free to be themselves, which I, a Republican, inherently disagree with because of my political views, where I support the fucking death cult. When I first got the chance to visit, I was able to see it all firsthand. I fell in love with Sweden when I stepped off the plane. How has the Swedish royal family welcomed you? They have been wonderful. I've grown close to all of them, and I already feel part of the family. They've really helped guide me and learn about the country, language, and protocol. Ugh, this is such cringe. A 25-year-old wrote this. God damn. A reporter from Aftonbladet spoke next. Your Royal Highness said you proposed to her at her birthday celebrations, which are in October, correct? Why wait so long to make the announcement? Isak responded, there were various reasons to hold off on the announcement. First of all, my brother and Sophia were to be married in just a few months. We did not want to steal any attention away from them or from Madeleine giving birth to her second child. Isak knew Madeleine was glaring and rolling her eyes in another room listening to that statement. 25-year-old wrote this in now. She's being paid to write actual genuine monarchist propaganda. That is true. And if we have time later, I will read a couple of Krystal Smith's opinion pieces. If we have time. But I'm going to be streaming longer than usual because, it's vacation time. What were the reactions of both your families? Both were thrilled. Her parents and brother were tremendously happy for her and us. I was nervous asking her father's permission because, that's how they do in Bumfuck, Tennessee. But he was great about it. My family was equally as happy. Lucy interrupted, although Estelle may have been the most excited. This is true, Isak said. This is true. She's happy that Lucy is going to be made her official Aunt Lucy. And Lucy, do you know any Swedish or speak any other languages besides English? I'm fluent in both English and French. As we have previously established, that is a bag of lies. My mother is from Quebec, bullshit, and I grew up speaking French with her family. I'm intermediate in Spanish from school. However, I have been learning Swedish, but I'm not quite fluent yet. A journalist from the Press Association then asked Isak about future titles for Lucy, to which Isak responded, Lucy will take the title of Princess of Sweden along with my duchy. Lucy was then asked about her citizenship and religion. Will you give up your American citizenship and convert to the Church of Sweden? Oh, God. I'm dying inside. I will not give up my Swedish citizenship. I am a very proud American. I am not a proud American. I fucking hate this bullshit country. It's the country that raised me. My family will still be there. I will take on dual American and Swedish citizenship. And for conversion religiously, I have not come to a decision on that. I was raised as a United Methodist, which is quite close to Lutheranism in the Church of Sweden. Is it though? Is it? As I've mentioned many, many times, I grew up without a religious upbringing, so I do not know the differences. Not complaining though, that was definitely for the best, and I'm pretty much atheist now. So let's leave that as to be determined. Svagstab then said, I assume you went to family. Definitely, Isak burst out, resulting in laughter from everyone in the room. The reporter continued, How many children? Have you decided? At least 2, but possibly 3, Lucy answered. The local reporter from Tennessee then spoke. First of all, on behalf of all Tennesseans, I know I can say how proud we are of you, Lucy. We are so thrilled to have one of our very own become a princess. And, Your Royal Highness, we are happy to have you as an honorary Tennessean. My question is for the both of you. Will you spend much time back in Tennessee after marriage? Isak squeezed Lucy's hand. Thank you. You are too kind. Tennessee is a wonderful place that will forever hold a special spot in my heart. Of course, we will be in Tennessee for a good amount. It is only fair that Lucy gets to spend time with her family, as well as any children getting to bond with their maternal family, brought to you by the Department of Redundancy Department. We will have a home somewhere close first. Fuck. I'm sorry, I'm bashing my words. Good. We will have a home somewhere close, of course. Megan Kelly from Fox News was up next. Who's Was Megan Kelly like? Is she one of the? Oh my! Was this the woman who like tried to justify blackface for Halloween? Was that her? Okay, so yep, that was the one. This was the one who tried to justify blackface for Halloween costumes. Fuck! Fuck you, Megan Kelly! But at least she looks like a centrist cunt. Gonna say it now. Centrist cunt. Lucy, after speaking with family and friends of yours, they have all mentioned your passionate work for those with Alzheimer's disease. When was this? When did you work passionately for people with Alzheimer's disease? Do As someone who has a family member with severe Alzheimer's, fucking hell, what the fuck? Ugh. Is that something you will continue further after your wedding? Definitely. It's a disease I am passionate about raising awareness and funding toward. Both of my grandmothers, maternal and paternal, died due to complications from it, so it is dear to my heart. Oh, how wonderful. I wish you could have specified that earlier in the fucking fanfiction! You will see my advocating on the behalf of those suffering from the disease and their caretakers. I'll do it as a way to honor the memory of my beloved family. Have you selected any other charities to support, or is it too early to tell? In the engagement announcement, the ALS Association was mentioned. Is it safe to say that is an option? Yes, it will be another topic I will work towards. It is important to me as well. Megan Kelly then turned to Isak. What do you want the American people to know about the prince marrying one of their own? Fuck you, Megan Kelly! I want them to know that I love her with all my heart. I love the United States. Wrong answer. It will always be home, too. America and Sweden are close allies, and I believe this can make it even stronger. This isn't the 18th century. You don't like arranged marriages between countries to strengthen alliances anymore. America will have a wonderful representative here in Sweden with Lucy. She will make them proud. Good morning, America then asked. Will the wedding be a lavish ceremony, like your siblings in here in Sweden, or will it be held in Tennessee? Isak and Lucy looked to each other. They knew this would be asked and that their answer would irritate someone no matter what they said. Isak spoke for the both of them. As Prince of Sweden, it is important to hold the ceremony here, but I should mention that we have no ruled out a small service after the fact in Tennessee for her family that cannot travel. When will that be, Your Royal Highness? We have not narrowed a date down specifically just yet. It will be announced in due course, but like the announcement said, it will take place in the spring or summer of next year. Lucy was then asked about her wedding gown and incorporating American traditions in the ceremony. She told them, "The wedding designer will remain a secret. I can't tell you that, so you'll have to wait and see. As for American traditions, I think for sure I will have bridesmaids and flower girls who will be in colorful dresses. In our weddings, the bride is the only one who wears white." If I recall correctly, at my cousin's wedding, the one who married the British man, for those who are longtime watchers of these streams, I think her bridesmaids were wearing like blush. It was like very pale pink, if I recall correctly. It was also in the alleyway between a popular Lake Charles restaurant and another storefront, and we all went across the street to the bar afterwards for the reception. It was, let me be very clear, it was closed for like all the other patrons because it was a private event, and it was a great experience. There was live music, and like everyone was having a wonderful time. I don't know where I was going with this. My point is that colorful wedding dresses aren't necessarily an American tradition, Krystal Smith, so fuck you. I say this as someone who's probably just gonna elope in Vegas when she marries. The attendants are in a different color, which is a tradition I would like to keep. Have you taken inspiration from any royal wedding gowns in the past? Well, Grace Kelly, of course. It was beautiful and iconic! I adored each of the dresses of my future in-laws, too. Including Sophia's, which was so terribly made you could see the fucking zipper, and it looked like you could get it at a bridal store off the rack. Next, a question came from another Swedish reporter. Isak, how do you respond to criticism that you did not propose to a Swedish girl? Isak glared at the reporter. That's really not a question worth answering, but if you must know, I fell in love with an American. She's a wonderful person, and the Swedish people I know who are so understanding will welcome her and love her like I do. Hey, Swedish fans, how much do you love your monarchy? Out of, how many of you are like 0 out of 10, and how many of you are like -1 out of 10? Oh. Oh my god! We're getting there! Oh my god! Oh my god! I'm wheezing! I'm wheezing! I'm wheezing! This is gonna be fucking incredible. The same reporter that said to Lucy, "You are a registered member of the Republican Party. How do you explain that to the Swedish people?" Just because I am registered as one party means nothing. Yes, it does. It means you enable an authoritarian death cult. I vote for the best candidate no matter their political party. Yeah, well, Democrats and Republicans are just two sides of the same coin. Democrats just put a gay flag over their subtle racism. I have voted for both Republicans and Democrats in my life. Which, of course, there is. Again, the Republicans are just a fucking death cult, and the Democrats are just diet Republicans. Like, there's not really a difference between them. Getting real sweaty in my politic hours. I vote based on policy, not party. Because again, both parties are basically the fucking same. Two sides of the same coin, I say. One of them just has the gay flag. I also believe in a private ballot, so I will not be endorsing or publicly campaigning for any candidate in the future. Oh god, this is rich. Krystal Smith probably did not vote for Obama. She definitely didn't vote for Obama. She called herself a fucking Reagan conservative. That's fucking bollocks. Reagan's a shitbag. But will you vote in U.S. elections? Of course, it is my. Dude. I'm sorry. I'm allergic to people considering elections civic duties. Like, I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna be mad at you if you don't vote. That's your choice. It's a choice. It's a fucking choice to vote. Isak was irritated with this reporter I mean, no, this reporter is like the one honest one of the whole gang. Is he is he the reporter for the Swedish equivalent of Jacobin? I sure hope so. I went to follow that reporter on Twitter.com. And he made the decision that the press conference was coming to an end. One more question. The local Tennessee reporter spoke quickly. When will you both resign the plan of the wedding? Mainly for me in Sweden. Lucy will be in the States. That sounds like a terrible idea. However, she will be here quite often for planning and engagements. I want to introduce her to the Swedish people so she will get to see our country in an official capacity as we lead up on the wedding next year. Thank you, everyone. Tack så mycket. Together, they walk, hand in hand, back out of the room. When the door closes, Isak is livid. Oh, God. I'm pretty sure you can't vote as an American if you're an official to another state, even if it's just like mayorship and bumfuck Ukraine. Yeah, that's what I think too. Like, Chris O'Neill is exempt from this, but that's because he's still a private citizen. He's not a member of the Swedish royal family. He still like has his own businesses and shit. He doesn't like do anything for them. He's an independent person. He is a private citizen, so he can. I mean, obviously, he won't be like actively campaigning for people, but he can still vote. Anyway, Krystal Smith is a goddamn idiot, as y'all can tell. Let's shout as Isak. Who the hell does he think he is? The best reporter out there? What type of questions were those? Legitimately actual questions that people would ask. Like, he's just doing his goddamn job. It's not like it's the National Enquirer where they literally just get in your face and talk about sex. What the fuck does it matter about her political party or her nationality? Lucy is going to become a public representative of a European country that has close ties to the United States, and therefore she can actually influence elections when she's in such a public position like that. Furthermore, why are you letting Lucy still vote in these elections when she is becoming a public representative of the Swedish royal family and thus representing Sweden? Wouldn't that be a conflict of interest if she is voting in American elections and still clinging on to her American heritage if she is supposed to represent Sweden? Even goddamn Mary gave up her dual Australian and UK citizenship to become a citizen of Denmark. I'm like legit pissed at Krystal Smith right now. Like, she's a fucking idiot. Catpoo tries to calm his brother. It's none of his business. There's always one sleazebag. Just breathe. You handled it well, but we will make sure he is not in any other press conferences in the future. I want to follow that reporter on my Twitter.com. That's for damn sure. Bet you wish you had eloped now like I told you to, don't you? Madeleine said. Well, Madeleine's still right. Oh, okay. Let's change gears and actually read some of Krystal Smith's articles. I'm going to take off the display so I don't show her information and dox her. My bookmarks tab is not working right now. Come on. Stop chugging. Stop chugging. Okay. It's under, I believe it's under funny things. Funny things? Krystal Smith. Mm. Why do these have so different royal? Okay. Here's our next one. If this website is down, I'm going to be so It's gonna be so fucking funny if this website's down. It's not down. Top 5 royal-related films by Krystal Smith. This is from 2017. Ugh. There have been many royal-related films released over the years. I have listed below my top 5 royal-associated films. Terrible writing right off the bat. But then again, this is a blog dedicated to royalty. Do you think they had standards in the first place? The King's Speech. The 2010 film starred Colin Firth as George VI, who struggles with his speech impediment and receives help from an Australian speech therapist who provides vital assistance in preparing the nervous king before his first wartime radio broadcast during World War II in 1939 after Britain declared war on Germany. The movie was a box office success and won numerous awards, including 4 Academy Awards for Best Picture, Best Director, Best Actor, and Best Original Screenplay. Academy Awards mean nothing. The Queen. It starred Helen Mirren as Her Majesty the Queen, and focused on the British royal family's reaction to the death of Diana, Princess of Wales in 1997. It also starred Martin Sheen, goddamn, as Prime Minister Tony Blair, who, alongside Prince Charles, had a contrasting view to the Queen throughout the movie as he thought Diana's funeral should be a public affair while she believed it should be private. Mirren would win an Academy Award for Best Actress for her role in the 2006 British fictional drama. Excuse you? Are you calling this dysfunctional shit fictional? Every fucking royal family is a dysfunction junction. Is the King's Speech based? I have not seen the King's Speech. I have not seen the King's Speech, so I cannot speak as to how accurate it is to the narrative. Queen Elizabeth even praised Mirren for her portrayal of her in the film and invited her to Buckingham Palace for dinner. Well, good for her. Cleopatra. Excuse you? But, like, you have 2 historical dramas there, and then you're going on for some 1963 Golden Hollywood classic? Based on a Shakespeare play? Those are, like, 2 fucking different genres. Cleopatra! The 1963 drama starred Hollywood legends Elizabeth Taylor as Cleopatra VII and Richard Burton as Mark Antony. The film would win 4 Academy Awards and be nominated for 5 more. At the time, it was the most expensive film ever made in almost bankrupt 20th Century Fox. The classic movie covered the struggles of Cleopatra during her reign, her relationship with Mark Antony and Julius Caesar, and ended with her death. So, it was basically based off of the fucking Shakespeare play, right? My internet's chugging right now. Okay, it was not based off the play. It was not based off the play. It was based off some random histories. Okay. You win this one, Krystal Smith! The New York Post, very reliable journalism here, called it one of the great epic films of our day. The Princess Diaries. That shit? The Princess Diaries is just self-insert fan fiction. Like, what? Yeah. Apparently it's based on some book about Cleopatra. Whatever. Whatever. Although not based on any real royal family, it was one of my favorite, using European spelling even though you're American is fucking obnoxious, as a child. You were a fucking preteen when this came out, right? Because I remember The Princess Diaries 2 was released when I was little. 2001. You were fucking 10. You were fucking 10, Krystal Smith. What the fuck? And I even enjoy watching it to this day. Based off the books by Meg Cabot, it starred Anne Hathaway as a nerdy high school student, Mia Thermopolis, who found out she was a princess and first in line to the throne in a small country in Europe called Genovia. It also starred Julia Andrews. Fucker, it's Julie Andrews! What the fuck? As the Queen of Genovia, who traveled to the United States to meet her granddaughter and let her in on her royal identity. The Disney comedy film ended up making a sequel called The Princess Diaries 2 Royal Engagement, where Queen Clarice helped her granddaughter find a husband so she could succeed the throne as the next queen, as Genovian law required a queen to be married to rule. And yes, Prince William is even mentioned, to which Mia says she would absolutely accept, but he was not an actual choice since he would one day be monarch in the UK. Okay. The King's Choice. The Norwegian film was released last year and was based on a true story regarding King Haakon VII, the current King Harald's grandfather, who refused to bow down to the German invaders and to continue the fight against them during World War II. He went on to lead the Norwegian resistance from London. It focused on the first 3 days after the German invasion of Oslo. It was well received across the globe. It was nominated for 12 awards. Honorable mention, The Prince and Me. American University student Paige Morgan attended the University of Wisconsin-Madison. Danish. Oh God. Was this the movie you based your goddamn fanfiction on, Krystal Smith? What the fuck? God, this is cringe. This is such cringe. She was paid for this. Yes, she was paid for this. I fucking hate it. Let's see, what else is there? I'll read one more before I eat for the day, gang. Fuck it. I'm a yeet for the day, gang. I'm exhausted. I'm still exhausted from yesterday. Fuck. You sent her simp money. Alright, I'm a yeet for the day, gang. Thank you all for coming by. I love you all. Mwah.
Music